There is so many ways to do it. The thing is always a lot of investors, they get stuck here. They say, okay, I'm very clear what I want to do. I understand all this process, but where do I get the money to really build up the business? And honestly, yes, that's a concern, but it shouldn't be the main concern, because in real estate, it's one of those businesses when you're very clear where you want to go and you create the business, the money is out there. Okay, there is a lot of investors. There are a lot of people out there that want a return on their money, want a return on their investments, but they don't want to necessarily be in the field looking for properties, supervising construction, getting the properties rented, and so forth. They're very glad and happy to sit back and get their, 5, 7, 8% interest return on their money, and you may pay them basically like a bank. And the good thing about it, they will finance up to 100%. So how do you find these investors? Well, they're all around you. Okay, so these are people, they're professionals, they're people that you may know. You'll be surprised that if you sit down and really come up with a list of people that you know, maybe from your immediate circle. And then if you are working, if you're in a job, the people that have retirement funds, IRAs, and so forth, you'll be surprised how many you come up with. That's what I did about 25 years ago when I decided I was going to try to raise more people with capital. I literally sat down and came up with a list of people, started with my lower hanging fruit, people that I knew really had the money. And then I connected with real estate brokers. I connected with mortgage brokers and title companies. And I asked them, who do you know that have the money? You don't even have to tell them me who they are. Can you just invite them to a meeting? And so then I organized a meeting and I explained to them what my concept was. So that's how I got into getting more money to do, mainly my goal was to fix and flips at that point, but to do that, and I also got into rentals where a lot of these investors were not looking for short-term returns, 6 months to a year as a flip, they were looking more for residual income. So that was one of the easiest way to get into. Then obviously there is, if you have your own funds like IRA, line of credit, or your house, then you can use that in combination with private money or hard money lenders. So you can do that. I like the first strategy I told you about really getting people to give the money, because personally, I didn't have to put anything of my own pocket into the deals. So I was using their money to buy property 100%. They don't check your credit. They don't care if you're, what your W-2 is. It's more about the opportunity and making a return on their investment. So that's super crucial.